Riley, Pat Riley, the man, Deception underway, but many more books to come. And I'm going to see a plethora coming. Pat, how are you? It's office hours with Pat and Neil. We're talking AI and where have we gone from here? No one
Uh,
knows as I've landed. So we're keeping track of this, right? I upsold one of my clients on AI employees. So I've already landed one deal on that. So we're
okay.
we're in that kind of competition to see who's gonna
Mhm.
do the whole AI automation thing, and I've already profited on it. So, but I mean,
Right.
I can't. But so what I'm saying, and of upsell and potential upsells with multiple things, but it really makes your life easier. And but I've gone through some headaches too. So I want to hear
Mhm.
what you have to report first, and then I have a lot to talk about in this because then you're off to a Rockies game later today. So we're recording at a
Mhm.
different time. If people
Yes,
couldn't get good, yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. So, yeah, today, thank you for rescheduling me. I really appreciate that because I have to head downtown. I'm doing the beer sales where and that was a cool thing that I did with my AI agent was that I created a Google sheet and actually he created it. I didn't create it. And then I listed out all the products. And then I just read out how much product I have of what. So he calculates everything. So I have that number. And at the end of the shift, I just recount, tell him what I've got, and he takes it. I'd really like to be able to just take a photo, have him analyze it and count it for me, which I don't know if I'm there yet, just because it's not a real large cooler. It's kind of got like one little aisle that goes back in. And then if it has like 3 cases deep, 9 cases, or let's say 7 cases high, it should be able to calculate that. But how does it know how many deep it is? And that's the thing that I'm trying to figure out. But I like just speaking into it. I just speak to them. I say, hey, this is how many cases of Coors Light, so on and so forth,
Right.
and singles. And it documents it at the end of the shift. Here's the update. And then it says, here's how much was sold. I just fill out the documents and it's so done. It would be nice if I could just tap into Coors Field and just do it that way. And it just
So
automatically
are
does
you
it.
able to bring Rich with you to Course Field?
Yeah, I use WhatsApp. So I just communicate through him with WhatsApp, and he's set. And everybody they carry handheld scanners. So when you go buy a beer from one of the vendors, they enter it into their handheld, get the credit card, they scan it, and they'll hand it back to the people, and they'll add a tip. So at the end of the night, when we sync with, and actually they should be just continuously on the network updating the orders, but really at the end of the night they can they might have to sync it if it wasn't working, if it was offline mode. After it syncs, I take a screenshot. Actually, I just take a picture of their screen. It scrapes all the data. Rich scrapes the data, puts it into a Google sheet, and then calculates the entire night for these guys. So it'll show like total sales, total taxes, total tips. So I have all that, and then it's all put in a Google sheet, and it gives me the winners. Like, hey, this guy's the leader. This guy maybe didn't sell as much, but it's been cool.
Really? So why would you do that? That extra stuff? Do you have to do that as your job at Course?
No, no, not at all. They because it is processing these guys. My cousin does this, and she writes everything down. And actually, she has like I think she's been there for 10 years now. She's been writing. She has notes from like 10 years ago. Okay, well, I don't have notes from 10 years ago. I have documents from 10 years ago. So everything's
Now,
just
are so? Do you think it's correct? Is Rich
yes.
making any mistakes?
No, he just screen scrapes it and we validate it. And I look at it and go, yep, he's right on the money. And same thing for the inventory.
Okay. So
Inventory,
how
he's right
much
on the
is
money.
Rich costing you a month?
I haven't figured that one out yet. I'm
You
still
got to
trying to,
figure that out. See,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
see no, see that's where I love.
If I had to guess, it's less than $100.
Okay.
Um, and that's the thing that I'm looking at is I saw a video yesterday. Of course, you know me. I see a video and all of a sudden I'm like, hey, what about this? And so
What
I'm
about
going to
Kimmy
try
Claw? Are
that.
you interested in trying Kimmy Claw after I showed you that? Which one did I show you the link? No, I showed you where you can have Open Claw for free almost. I
Yeah, I
said,
think that's the one. Mhm.
yeah. What
And
do you think of that?
so with that one, was it Kimmy? No, it wasn't Kimmy.
No, but also Kimmy Claw is absolutely, you can use Kimmy Claw and use OpenClaw for free. So look, I have
Okay.
another video on that one potentially.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
have to look that
I'm
one.
still scared, and I'm more scared now to have OpenClaw than before, and I'll give you my story why. But this is interesting. So the costs of rich. Are you getting a return on investment rich? It sounds like for Coors, we got to check that off correct.
Uh-huh.
Because
Yeah.
how long would that have taken you to do those calculations without rich? More.
Oh, geez. Well, yeah, the first thing you have to do is you write down everything. Once you write it all down, a case is really for baseball is 12 cans. But out of all those, let's see, Coca-Cola is 24, water is 24, but that's DeSanti's 24. But then it's 12 for Smart Water, which not many people buy the Smart Water. And then Voodoo IPA is 15 cans per case. So in the beginning, when I was doing the calculations, it was off. But then I just told him, I said, this is what it is. It's 15 cans. And he just readjusted it and like, yep, we're right on the money. So that does take a little while. So, and then it's accurate. I scrape all the information, so that's beneficial. I'm really looking at him because with the books, he's my copy editor and he's my proofreader. So he's able to do things. And I did get some stuff, even though it's not through them. Uh I'm using Perplexity, and that's $20 a month. I like it.
Do you burn
But
out? Do you
I
burn credits out with that 20 in a month
no,
for
I
Perplexity?
haven't had an issue with Perplexity in 20 a month. No. And then same thing with oh, what's the other one? Manus. I use Manus. That's $40 a month. That's another one. I really like Manus a lot because I was looking at maybe doing some property last week and it ran through so much cool stuff. It pulled all these property values for Southwest Florida. I'm like, this is awesome. Manus really does a great job in that respect. But what I'm looking at is for OpenClaw, if I can bring down a local model, and I think that's one I probably told you about yesterday.
The
What
video
was
I
that?
sent you is
Llama.
that.
Llama.
Yeah, that's the one I sent you from
Yeah.
China, right?
No, no, it's not from China.
It's
Kimmy
okay.
K's from China
I
and
heard it
Japan.
could be, yeah.
Yeah. But if you do Llama, there is a free version. I think I might try the free version just at the beginning. But what that does is you're able to bring your LLM down to your local machine. So I'm like, all right, let's see how this works. I don't know if that would give me the same power that I need.
That's gonna be
Uh,
interesting.
mhm.
So it's maybe have two running in the same time using Llama, but Kimmy, I heard if you ran Kimmy, you wouldn't have to use like it's weird. It's some I keep watching too many videos, but here's
Mhm.
my technology for people out there saying, okay, Neil, you got Pat fired up. If we've been watching this journey and you go back and listen to the show or go in live stream or go listen to the podcast, and you heard it on a radio show. We have not made it a podcast yet, but I'll have to tell Pat, I think it is definitely one to share AI knowledge and just
Yeah.
we talk about things. Our meeting is a conversation on podcasting because it's more content to develop. Well, I decided I was really trying to automate my whole business. So I'm in a different mode than Pat. Pat's doing a lot more experimentation for profitability. I'm looking at, streamlining my business.
Mm.
So I was working on some really simple tasks. One, okay, you record the podcast. I have one automation set. After this podcast is done, because I know I did record it on Zoom as well, it goes automatically to my Google Drive.
Mhm.
And I wanted to try to automate the show notes. So I got NAN and I basically let Grok try to walk me through setting up NAN. So Grok did some good things in its suggestions. Gemini did some good things in suggestions, but
Mhm.
their suggestions suck sometimes too. So this is
Yeah.
the problem, man. You cannot trust their suggestions that they will really work.
No.
So Grok's like, oh yeah, you can automate everything. And because I heard from Gemini, so I threw to Grok. Oh, I'll walk you through everything. Yes, you can automate everything using NAN, and you could download it on your computer, and it'll be absolutely free based on a certain thing with tasks. Well, guess what? It wouldn't work. So
Mhm.
we put it on I had to use the cloud version, not the desktop version of NAN, because I'm learning things I have no idea about.
Yeah.
Like,
Welcome to my world. That's what I do. I just
so,
drive
but
full
that's
ahead.
why I never went to computer programming, Pat. That's
Yeah.
I'm a sales guy.
Yeah.
I gotta get fix. I can fix things. I'm willing to fix things as a teacher with patience, but you've way more patience than a teacher has because
Yeah.
there's so many mistakes that are made every day by programmers.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
your test, F testing. So what happens? We walk through the whole process, and I and it just didn't work. Then we went into this other way, and I'm like, it's still not working. So then I use their AI, and it ends AI to set up the same thing. It set up the whole thing, but guess what? And I
Mm.
just want all I wanted was conversion was the show notes. I wanted Gemini to do the show notes once it hits the Google Drive folder with everything. It would set it up. It guess what it gave me? It gave me it in the wrong version, JSON.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
So I kept trying to change it. It's in JSON. It's we can't tell you. And so this is where the process begins. Too many steps. It got all the way to the JSON file. I did figure it out. I could use Claude Cowork and say, go into my Google Drive, take the JSON file and convert it into a PDF, and then it's done. And it said, sure, we can do that. So I probably figured out that automation, but that took me
Mhm.
3 hours.
Yeah.
I learned in an automation that I could just already, because I have the TXT file, it automatically goes. So our podcast is over, it goes over the TXT file, boom, and I click it. Gemini writes show notes in 2 seconds.
Mm.
So it really is this worth the time, 5 hours to build a 2 second automation?
Right. Right. And I've seen that in the past. What I've done is and of course, with my podcasts, I've tried a few different things. I'd run on a Zencaster. I like Zencaster. It gives me the right notes. Yeah, I'm able to record locally for my
Yeah.
guest and myself. So we're both local, and then it emerges in the end. It'll give me show notes. But I was trying out Zoom because with Zoom, it gives me great notes. So I can take those notes
Right.
and then I can push them wherever.
The transcript, they don't give notes, they give you a transcript.
Transcript, correct.
That's what you mean,
But
transcript.
it will also give me a
A
summarization.
summary, yeah, but the summary's
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, it's
yeah,
not.
summary's okay. But I was pushing it into Adobe Podcast and
Yeah,
just
that
trying to see what I can do with Adobe Podcast, and it cleans up stuff. So I went from Zoom into Adobe Podcast and then up to YouTube or wherever. And then actually I was moving it back into Zencaster because Zencaster pushes it out to all the other platforms that I need.
so the
It was a
automations, but the
mess.
automations are the biggest thing. So I sat down and said, I did pretty good, Pat. Now
Hmm.
I at least I have it automatically because I'm using a program that's absolutely free. That's an app on Zoom. It probably will cost at one point in time. Record something. I'll let you know what it is for people. I will at least tell you what it is. Record flow. And record flow or record flow will automatically take your Zoom recording and it goes to Google Drive with TXT file with everything. So I just have to
Okay.
push one button. That the lesson learned is I still want to learn that I could at least get one automation done with NAN, but it sucks. It's done.
Yeah.
So this made it even worse is okay, I got Opus Clip. Oh, Opus Clip's going to be fantastic for you. So you record, it'll take it from the Google Drive folder over to Opus Clip, but you have to get the API. Only if you do enough hours can you get the API. It's not guaranteed. I said, Grok, why did you tell me that? But I
Right.
really like Opus Clip. It is way better than Descript for clips. It really looks professional the way it goes
Yeah.
back and forth. Opus Clip is the best for clips. If you're going to clip all day long. So here's my automation I figured out. It was kind of a fake automation. Go over to your YouTube, all my live streams I do. Take the link from that, throw it in an Opus Clip. I never have to download anything. Plug it in there, and it automatically does the 35 clips.
Yeah, I was going to tell you
So
that. Yeah, you just move it up into YouTube. So once you post it to YouTube, Opus Clip will automatically connect in, pull the information down,
no,
and it
won't
rates it.
really. But you have to get
Yeah.
an API, right?
No, no, I don't have. I
How?
just go right into Opus Clip. I just go into Opus Clip. I say, "Here's my new video," and it just pulls it right off of YouTube, and it
Yeah, but
starts clipping it up.
you have to click. It doesn't automatically do it. You have to go get the link and give it to them,
I'll figure that one out.
right?
I'll get it done.
So that's what I'm trying to talk about. So
Yeah.
I went through all that all day in 4 hours, and I said I don't want Pat's job. That's what I figured out. Don't want Pat stuff. I'd rather have a software as a service. And this is the other recommendation. If you're not a computer programmer, don't do all this stuff. Get a software that service was already built, like the program I'm telling you about, that decided that they give you unlimited workspaces so I could get leads all the time, set up AI automation, and do the same thing that your guy does, but
Yeah.
yet pay hardly anything and
Right,
be
right,
able
right.
to scale to thousands of employees.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is the power. Go ahead.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. And I agree. I have so many different things. I need to start reducing things down. I almost had to turn Claude back on because something popped up. I was like, hey, maybe I should do that instead using Claude. Uh, but of course,
Claude
I
is the
haven't.
gold standard, brother, with scraping compared to the other ones. I did more research. Gemini said, oh, use Gemini Studio. Oh, you need to be a computer programmer to do that. So I'm like, why did you recommend that? And so this
Right.
is the aggravation is AI will tell you some great ideas, but will
Hmm.
they really work? So my goal for automation, you can ask Rich this now. Rich,
Hmm.
can you build for me, build for Neil his own OpenClaw that will be able to do this automation, record a podcast, boom, 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 everything, then go to this is called Postly.ai and be able to take all the posts of all the clips that were done by Opus Clip and take them or something similar, take all of it. If we had someone like Rich, could Rich do all that stuff, manage the team and everything on my computer?
I think you might be able to. And that's where we need to say, clip this, and we'll clip that
Yeah,
your
will you
process.
be able to take the whole workflow? So this is the
Mhm.
workflow. I can keep you on till my client comes. Here's the
Okay.
workflows I want.
All right.
Workflow one.
Give me a
We
second.
just
What I'm
finished
going
up.
to do is this. Let me queue him up because he's on the other machine.
Okay.
I'll queue him up. So and I'll just recite because I'm
Oh, you
using
would all so I'll
Whisper
basically
Flow.
okay.
I've got
So
Whisper
basically,
Flow going.
so we record the podcast. Boom. It's in two places now. It's in Restream,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
also in on YouTube. Three places: Restream, YouTube, and Google Drive. The I want to do clips. After the clips, I
Okay.
want them automatically to be scheduled on Postly.ai, and
Okay.
then all of that automated. Go ahead.
All right. So we're going to be taking our clips from YouTube,
No,
run it
taking
through
the whole
Postly,
file, getting
whole
them
file,
clipped in Opus Clip,
clipped
then
in
going to
Opus Clip,
Postly.ai.
and then going to Postly.ai.
AI
Is that a good
and have the
process?
show notes already. I mean the posts already scheduled on all the platforms and everything. Can that be done?
Yeah, let's see what he comes back with. It was pretty vague because, of course, I got my ears in. He can't hear us.
Okay, so you
Different
let me
system.
know. But let's go to underwaybooks.com. We'll find out next
Yeah.
week what's going to happen. That was definitely an office. That was a meeting of the media giant and Pat Riley
Yeah.
that we're going to have every week on how
Yeah.
we're doing an AI. And I'm winning the
Right.
competition. I'm profiting.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm profiting off of it so far
okay.
by getting new clients. Let's see
I
what
know.
Pat's able to do. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
and of course, I do have a full-time gig, so I would love to be able to just, I'm not quitting my full-time
No,
gig. I
not
love
yet,
it.
not yet. So you can become an AI consultant making millions. All
Right.
right.
And that is part of it. I did spin up, I think, RileyAIGroup.com. That's my
Okay.
AI consulting business. So I haven't really fully launched that. I do have that phone number where I can just take intake clients.
Yeah.
So that's good. Oh, he did come back with some stuff. So
All right. Okay. Let me know.
I'll cut that and I'll shoot it over to you.
Shoot it for me. All right. Go again to underweightbooks.com. That was the Neil Haley show, guys. Take care. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Here, there. Take care, guys.